I want bubble milk tea。珍珠奶茶在美国的第2波流行，不再像以前被说是蚂蚁在喝的全糖，进化到糖水冰块全克制之外，还能……
嗨，等一下啊，来，请到这边喝一个茶。OK， 好，喝正宗台湾的乌龙茶。
Yeah, this is a natural leaves. So it's from Taiwan. It's like High Mountain Oolong Tea.
Usually at the first time, I just like to open up the flavor first.
来自台湾的高山茶叶，在试茶师分秒计算下，茶汤色泽渐浓，随着热气，茶香氤氲。
They smell very good. They smell beautiful.
Yeah, I use more water and more tea leaves, and then I just wait. I need to about 40 seconds or so.
品茶三绝，第一步嗅觉先尝，再来浅浅喝一口，最后茶汤咕噜下喉，一套下来，参加体验的客人目不转睛。原来真正的茶可以像红酒一样用品的，而且不用加糖，也这么好喝。
Which part do you like the most?
I mean, all of it. I like the scent a lot of the jasmine tea. It smelled really good. And I think the second time it tasted a little bit better.
买一杯真奶，附送一整套品茶体验。路过的美国年轻人感觉新鲜，但这对40年前插旗美国市场的天人名茶来说，是早就做习惯的事。
很久，从开始的时候那时候的店面可能是加拿大第一个漂亮的店面啦所以一开始我们小姐都会站在门外手奉茶，就说请进来喝茶，请喝一点鲜波tea。
让没有泡茶习惯的美国人进店喝一杯茶，喝着喝着，名人来了，
包括美国总统露西还有 Carter 还有我们台湾的李总统、李登辉总统，还有阿扁、陈总统
都很有名耶。那像是Bush跟 Carter 他们来的时候，一样也是坐着，然后你们
是坐着
跟他讲解这个茶。
对，一样，就像这样的泡传统茶。
茶的魅力，连美国总统老布希都来了。同样的木头试茶桌，同样在静候茶汤出色的同时，一边听着老板娘讲解茶文化。1990年到2000年，台湾波霸珍珠热潮席卷美国，年轻人爱喝茶，却是一杯又一杯带着喝的珍珠奶茶。
这个地段应该是 Grand Avenue 上面集中国人跟外国人的一个很好的地段。
旧金山最热闹的唐人街，方寸店面却是寸土寸金。他们家族一度讨论租金每个月好几千，要不要舍弃大茶桌，改成商品柜比较能赚钱。
喝茶本来就是以茶文化的一定必备的，也不是牛饮那种方式的喝茶，所以不管怎么样，我还是决定一定要有喝茶的这种茶桌。前天有个夏威夷来的一对夫妇他是来买奶茶，然后我说坐下吧，我这边也好几组客人，他坐下来，结果我泡了一个茉莉花茶，他买了400多块。是真的，
老派的坚持，精算下来不赔本，就把茶桌留下吧，而把品茶当成卖点，慢慢流行了起来。旧金山湾区最潮的打卡名店吃茶3000，门口常常人龙，平均排队时间30分钟起跳。不同于老店，这边等待的客人年龄10几20岁左右。什么让他们甘愿不嫌烦闷，就是要等。
So please check it out. Our tea leaf is much bigger than usual. Yeah, roll up like a ball. Why? You're gonna find out answer soon. This is my favorites. The deepest road. Smoky smell, but I give you the longest after tea taste.
装潢时尚新颖的店里，占据1/3空间的是白色系明亮品茶区。想试茶还得排队抽号，除了鼻子闻香、入口回甘之外，还多了触觉回馈。
See a little bit? Yeah, so we only handpick. Human handpick can pick the best part of the tea leaf, which the little buds right here. We have the number 4. More time we roast it, the texture and color change too. Darker color and kind of dry. You can feel the texture as well.
第一冲茶汤略淡，第二冲茶汤渐浓，口感有所不同。这一套试茶流程走下来接近10分钟，虽然跟一般茶饮店快速出杯不同，也会让客人等候良久，但却在年轻人口耳相传里成了有趣的代名词。
How you get to see all the different types of tea and how they come from the same place but end up in different spots, and how you can really experience it by smelling them and touching them and really kind of understanding the difference between each stage. It was really cool and it's very special to see that.
I would say like the steeping, the fact that you have to steep it 6 minutes to like get the optimal flavor. I thought that was like really interesting because for a lot of people who don't make tea at home, it's a really unique experience to like have that unfold before you. And I thought they timed it really well. Like while the 6 minutes we were waiting, there was like a lot of like background and information that she was giving us, which is really interesting.
It's like all about like boba milk tea or like other types of like additional sweeteners. So it's kind of nice to just intake like the most tea at its purest form.
愿意花时间、花成本让顾客品一口茶，从台湾起家的潮流茶饮店，让来自广东的 Rui 一试成主顾，还做到营运总监，领军介绍茶文化。
我爸爸妈妈都喜欢喝茶啦，我喜欢喝茶，但是没有那么讲究，对，就普通正常的喝茶。对，所以从小都有喝茶的文化，但来这边的话，变得水温啊、时间的控制比较细致一点，也要知道烘焙度的分别，对，慢慢一样学，所以就越来越喜欢这个茶文化。新的客人过来，我问你啊，平时你有喝茶吗？他第一个回答波霸奶茶，这不算茶，所以我觉得真的有这个必要啊，在这边在美国。出一份力去把茶的文化去发扬出去、传承出去。
就算流行趋势仍然以真奶为主、茶叶为辅，但从传统到新潮的茶饮店，愿意在竞争激烈的美国市场，让顾客好好品一口台湾茶，喝的不只是口味，而是茶文化传承中不可或缺的亲身体验。